Good afternoon or good morning, everyone. I'm going to go ahead and start today's independent practice. We'll practice in preparation for the assessment coming up this week. Go ahead and share my screen so you can see our first problem that we're doing today. So remember, while you're watching the video, make sure that if you do get the question correct on the Edpuzzle, you can go ahead and fast forward to the next section. You don't have to watch the explanation. Please at least, but if you do miss it, I do want you to kind of watch how I solve it and you can look for your errors. I will be using the area model for solving all these problems if multiplication is involved. Here's the first one. Marcy buys 12 iced teas for the people in her office. Each iced tea costs $1.72. About how much does Marcy pay for the iced tea? All right, you can go ahead and begin now. All right, hopefully you saw a correct answer there. If you did, you can go ahead and fast forward to problem 2. But let's look at this first one together. So first, I'm just going to actually multiply, then estimate. And then the next example, I will estimate, then multiply. So I'm going to first draw a rectangle for my area model. It is a 3x2. So I will need a little bit of room. 1, 2, 3. And I know that I'm doing 12 times $1.72. Now, when we multiply decimals, we always drop the decimal. So we're actually going to do, for how we're going to solve it is 172 times 12. Okay. There we go. And then my right-hand side is going to have the 2. Top side is going to be 100 plus 70 plus 2. All right. And then 10 times 100 is 1,000. 70 times 10 is 700. 10 times 2 is 20. 100 times 2 is 200. 2 times 70 is 140. And then last but not least, 2 times 2 is 4. Now, I always suggest you add up each column at a time before you do them all together. So I would do 1,000 plus 200, which is 1,200. 700 plus 140 would be 840. And then 20 plus 4 would be 24. All right. So then I would go through and add those totals together. I have zeros plus 4 equals 4. 4 plus 2 is 6. 2 plus 8 is 10. Carry the 1 gives me a 20. So I have 2,064. All right. So I'm going to write the 2,064 on the side. And I notice that I have with my $1.72, 1 place, 2 place for my decimal. So then I underline 2 places, put my decimal to the left. I have $20.64. Then I ask myself, what is that the closest to? The closest it's to is C. All right. So I'm going to show you another way to do this without actually having to multiply all those numbers, since it is an estimation problem. So I know that I'm doing 12 times $1.72. All right. I'm going to leave my 12 the same. I don't need to make any changes. Or actually, I'm going to round my 12 to the nearest tens place, which would be 10. Then my $1.72 to the nearest ones place, which would be 2. 10 times 2 is 20 and $20. All right. So I use my number sense to solve it. And then I also use my precise methods to solve it. If you're unsure about the estimation, find the exact answer, then estimate. All right. So let me clear my screen and we're going to look at the next problem. All right. That's not the next problem. This is the next problem. Kathy bought 2 notebooks that were $2.25 each, a box of markers that was $3.68 each. What is the total cost of her notebooks and markers? Go ahead and try and solve it now. All right, hopefully you guys were able to solve this problem. And if you got the correct answer, you can go ahead and exit now. You can end the video and go straight to your independent practice. So for this one, this is what I like to do with these problems. I like to make a chart, especially if I'm dealing with multiple items. So I'm going to make my T-chart. On one side, I'm going to have notebooks. The other side, I'm going to have markers. All right. So then I do 2. So when I look, I see notebooks. She bought 2 notebooks. I'm going to go ahead and use the number 2. And they were $2.25 each. So 2 times 2.25. And then markers, I just bought 1 box. So I'm just going to put $3.68 here. All right. So then I need to figure out how much she paid for the notebooks total. I can do that 1 or 2 ways, but I'm going to just stick with my multiplication for now. So I'm going to draw my area model and break it into 1, 2, 3 parts. Put my 2 on the left and then do 200 plus 20 plus 20 plus 5. All right. And then I know that 2 times 200 is 400. 2 times 20 is 40. 5 times 2 is 10. And then I just add those 3 numbers together and I get 450. 450. And then I see that I have 1 place, 2 places with my decimals. So my total for the notebooks is $4.50. Now this word total tells me that I'm adding these 2 numbers. So I'm going to stack my numbers vertically, lining them up by the what again? That's right, the decimal place. So I write my numbers down, put a little addition symbol. Now I'm going to go ahead and add them up. Let's see. I know 8 plus 0 is 0. 6 plus 5 is 11. Carry the 1. 1 plus 3 is 4. Plus 4 is 8. And then I have, bring my decimal down. I have $8.18 as my final answer, which would be B. All right. Now, if you came up with A as your initial answer, that's if they just bought 1 notebook, but Kathy bought 2. Okay, that's why it's B. All right. All right. So now you guys can go ahead and end this part. Go ahead and complete today's independent practice for today. Remember, it's on Canvas. There's a variety of multi-step word problems I want you to work on. And this is preparing you for that benchmark assessment that we're taking on Friday. Good luck. You got this.